Okay, rainy day here in Seattle. We're testing FSD version 12.6.3. Gonna go to Dick's Drive-In in Capitol Hill. It's 3:40, so this is pretty much one of the worst trafficy times of day. Friday afternoon, and it's pouring rain. Not pouring, but typical Seattle drizzle, I guess. So, wanted to give this a try. And just got off the Tesla conference call yesterday. Obviously, Elon was talking about FSD and all that kind of stuff. So, with Robotaxis launching in June, I thought, what better way to check it out than on this test drive? And also, keep in mind, this is like a 5-year-old car. So, 4.5-year-old car, 2020 Model Y, hardware 3, version 12.6.3, so nowhere near the latest and greatest of what Tesla can do in terms of FSD. So, I'm fired up, honestly. I'm excited because this is gonna be a tricky drive. And for what it's worth, like, I've been using FSD so much more recently. So I feel like it's been getting really useful even in Seattle, which is a really tricky environment. As you'll see, like, this is a left. I can barely see into oncoming traffic right now. That was a really tight turn. Wow. I would say that was a 4 out of 5 difficulty move, and it just aced it. So we're off to a good start. I used to be able to control like chill or hurry mode, but I'm not sure how to do that anymore. I definitely feel like this version is way less like waiting around than the last version. Like, this is like speeding around in a good way, like efficient, getting there quickly, kind of like I would. Oh, it always messes up here. Yep, I have to give it a little tap. This is a always blinking yellow light for the fire station right there, and the Tesla slows down even though there's no pedestrians, and I have to, usually because the people behind me get annoyed, I have to like tap the accelerator a little. And yeah. Moving pretty smoothly here. And so this is the old Model Y. They just refreshed the Model Y. The new Model Y is apparently going to have an extra camera on the front. So this has 7 cameras. The new Model Y is going to have 8 cameras. So I thought that was an interesting part of the announcement. Elon also on the last conference call did say that cars with hardware 3, which is what I have, the computer chip I have, is going to have to get replaced for me to have full self-driving. And it's interesting because I've almost gone to the point of like people saying, oh, my hardware 3 car is going to need to get replaced. Like, I'm only on version 12. These are like complaints in the Tesla community. It's so interesting because they make me feel good about my car in some ways, because I'm like, wait, you're telling me I have like the old Tesla computer and I have the old FSD version. Like, I'm not even on V13. I'm not on hardware 4, yet my car is crushing it. Like, on a 5-year-old vehicle. Like, I've never cleaned my FSD cameras. I've never even wiped them. I've never even looked at them in the 5 years since I got the car. I've literally done 0 maintenance on the full self-driving system. Like, it is pretty crazy. Like, I literally tell my friends all the time, like, I cannot believe my car that's 5 years old, like, is still getting better and learning how to drive. Like, because that was the promise when I got my car, but a lot easier said than done. But my car definitely could not do this when I bought it. So, and it's kind of cool that Tesla's like honoring it. Like, I bought full self-driving, the full self-driving package. Not that many people did, but I shelled out like $8 grand for it when I bought my car, and so I'm gonna get upgraded for free, I guess, to the new computer. So that's pretty exciting. Okay, now we're moving into the Capitol Hill neighborhood, so this should start to get a little bit more trafficy for sure. And technically it should be getting in the right lane at some point here, but this guy in front of us is blocking both lanes. It's also like this is a new right lane they just put in, I think, a few years ago, so it's pretty like tight. It used to just be 1 lane. Also, my windshield wipers have been squeaking and not cleaning well, so if anyone has any suggestions for that, I definitely would appreciate that in the comments. How to fix it. Okay, it should be in the turning lane here. What's it gonna do? Ooh, went for it anyway. Nice. So, I don't know. It is getting to the point of being almost boring, I will say, because it's so good. Car continues to crush it. Oh, this guy's we're supposed to let him go, but we stopped too late. He's going around us. Whoops. No one else let him go. That was interesting. And yeah, I feel like I don't really know how the car could have done better there, because it tried to stop for him, but... And it's interesting because in that situation, the pedestrian kind of has the right of way, but it didn't look like he was crossing, and then it's sort of like he ran across. Most cars weren't letting him across because it didn't look like he was crossing, but I guess the Tesla just... At first it was like, oh, I'm going to let him go, and then it like stopped the last minute, so... I guess that freaked the pedestrian out, and then he walked behind the car, so... Could have been better, maybe. And now it's giving quite a big gap in between me and the Honda Civic. I would be hugging that a little tighter, because this is like a four-way stop and you got to make sure you go. But not our turn yet, so let's see if it waits its turn. Ooh, pedestrian. And now it's our turn, and we're gonna go. Oh. I'm giving it juice because it was hesitating and I wanted to just go. Rush hour, people are gonna get annoyed. So I think that's pretty much like the only interventions that I've been doing, is just a little bit of tapping on the gas when it gets, or the accelerator when it gets hesitant. And what's interesting versus these tests I'm doing of self-driving versus actually using this in real life, it's like you kind of get a good feeling for when this is going to be working and when it's not. So you're not going to use full self-driving if you think there's an intersection where there's a high probability of a disengagement. Like if you're like, oh, this is a really tricky intersection, don't have FSD engaged, you kind of know that, but I don't know, eventually that'll change, and I'm letting it do harder and harder situations, and there actually have been moments that have been the reverse has happened, where it's too stressful for me, and then I let FSD drive, but and then I just like tap in and let FSD, and that's like awesome. But I don't know, driving in the downtown Seattle environment, I've noticed sometimes I'm like, it's smart to disengage if there's a crazy intersection, and it's happening less and less, but that's just me being honest. Ooh, we got the yellow and we're going. I like it. Super smooth there, no hesitation. That was great. And now we're getting to even more traffic-y zones, so kind of excited. I mean, I gotta say, this has been overall very good drive. A couple moments there that weren't perfect, but pretty good so far. Ooh, it's got this interesting route up here. It's gonna take a left on 11th. I wouldn't have normally done that to go to Dick's, but where we're going is also just a legendary hamburger spot. Dick's Drive-In Restaurant, legendary Seattle spot, so it's cool. But first, I'm trying to think of, I want to trip it up and give us a harder challenge here. I know people want the monorails, but I don't think I'm going to be able to do that today. Sorry. Ooh, okay, so we got this interesting left we're about to do. Interesting left. Let's go. Nice. That was tight too. Hell yeah. Alright, I'm gonna add this random QED coffee spot. Ooh, now we got a biker. Yep, seize the biker. Pedestrian, gonna let it go. Wow, crushing it. Yeah, we got a pedestrian here. What are we gonna do? I'm not touching it. Nice. These roundabouts in Seattle are very tricky. This is also why I picked this neighborhood, because it's a lot of stuff like that, like pedestrian, super narrow street, roundabout. Not easy. And I cannot see anything, so I don't know how it's doing this. Whoa, there's a car coming. This is what's nice about FSD is the cameras on the edge. I feel like give it a much better like periphery of vision. So I didn't do anything on that roundabout, even though I almost did. And that's what's interesting about FSD is this perception of safety versus safety. Like sometimes you might think, oh, it's like stuttering or it did that or blah, blah, blah. But it always gets through it and is safe at the end of the day, even if it's not like how the human would have done it necessarily, is what I've noticed that's interesting. And so I think that's a big hurdle for our adoption is like, not only does the car have to be safe, but it has to make the passengers feel safe. And I think that is actually like pretty difficult. This is a two-way street, but only really wide enough for one car, so definitely difficult. No signage, no stoplights. I mean, I gotta say, like, this is very difficult driving, and like there's all these cars coming right now, and we're swerving. Even doing the four-way stops in rush hour, pedestrian there was a scooter that looked like it might have come, so. It's hesitating. Something so peaceful about just letting your car drive itself, I gotta say. My confidence in the self-driving system has skyrocketed in the past year or two. I guess version 12 really was the one where it really started getting useful. So. And I haven't even, usually I'm always adjusting this max speed thing, but I haven't even been adjusting that at all. It's been really good about like knowing the context of the road and being able to like set a speed that's comfortable, but that also doesn't feel like I'm going too slow for when I'm in a hurry or maybe people are behind me. I mean, this is crushing it. I almost feel like, ooh, is it gonna let this person stop? Not a crosswalk there, but it's letting this person stop. See, I like that. Just being kindness, a little bit of kindness from the Tesla AI there. Honestly, most humans wouldn't have done that. Other pedestrian, just smoothly letting him go. It's so smooth. Ooh, we've got an unprotected, like a left here into oncoming traffic, so that should be a good one. I'm gonna actually make it go. After we do this left, I'm gonna make it go back downtown to get even more traffic. Oh no, this light's taking forever. Oh, this is not gonna be easy. This guy. Wow. I guess it was. Okay. Damn. Hell yeah. Oh, that was very impressive. Now, I'm gonna take us to the worst part of Seattle and the most trafficy part of Seattle. I'm really throwing everything I can at it right now. So excited to try the first Robotaxi in June in Austin. I think that's gonna be epic. And Elon's saying that it's not just Austin this year, but California and potentially many other cities would launch. And it sounds like they're already doing it for employees. They also just put out that video of the sucking robot, which honestly doesn't seem like a big deal, but I feel like is actually a huge deal that like cleans the Robotaxis in between rides. I thought that was super cool. Damn, just like that. Tesla turned around, figured out where it's going. And another thing I'll say about, I've been doing a bunch of road tripping in my Tesla, is that's so underrated about this feature, is like, I don't have to know where to go. Like if you take for granted in your hometown or whatever, you know where to go, you know what you're doing. But if I'm in a new city and I'm in a road trip, I'm often in a new city. Like it's really like the highway's confusing, like you're looking at directions and you're trying to navigate, and you know, on top of the burden of driving, you got to figure out where to go and navigate. The Tesla, not only is it driving for me, but it's navigating for me. And I think that's it's like using traffic and AI to know this, not only it knows how to drive, but it knows the smartest route to take and blah, blah, blah. And like, it seems so obvious that that would be the feature, but it makes a huge difference. I'm trying to get it to do more like crazy turns and stuff, but this should be annoying in a lot of traffic. But I gotta say that it's crushing it. We got some bros crossing the street. Stopping, no problem. You're welcome. The extra courtesy second there. Wow. Politeness. Great job. Honestly, so I've said, I use this analogy and people hate it, but that FSD is like a horse. And I really like it though. It's like, you're like interacting with this thing that almost feels alive, and you have to know how to use it, know what it's good at, know what it's bad at, you know, and work with it. And it's like, I don't really know what it's gonna do. It kind of has a life of its own. I'm kind of guiding it and pushing it, you know, tapping it and trying to get it to know where I want in the right direction. But it's kind of like this crazy, like, little wild animal, and it has its own, a mind of its own. I really gotta say, like, all the moves it makes is crazy. So also, I know everyone's gonna say Seattle was rainy. Seattle was sunny for like 5 days in a row, so before this, so I'm gonna have to make another video on a sunny day. Wow, so relaxing. Just my car driving me, I'm getting chauffeured. Ooh, okay, might have some tricky stuff up there. Ooh, they used to have to do auto windshield wipers when you did FSD, but now you don't have to. You can control it, so that's a cool new feature. Make that. Oh, it is boringly good. Somehow figured out how to change lanes right there. I didn't think it was gonna get let in. Now we're getting into some traffic. Nice. Ooh, this is... Oh, thought it was going a little too fast there, but it was fine. That happens a lot too. You think FSD's messing up, but really it's just you thought something wrong. Man, FSD is so good. We are downtown. Shout out to the Paramount. That's where I saw the Killers Have Killed Tony comedy show. It was hilarious. Wow, just like that, we're downtown. No problemos. These guys are in our lane. Let's see what it does. Doesn't care. Unfazed. That's how I would describe it. That this FSD is seriously unfazed. Like, I wonder if I take it even to Pike Place Market. It's just so much traffic. Ooh, it's gonna go into the bus lane. Oh, but this guy's... Ooh, nice. Nope. He was going crazy, didn't matter. Now we're swerving back into that lane. Nope, we're back into this lane. And to be honest, this is actually kind of what I do when I drive downtown here. You go in the bus lane, but pretend like you're always about to do something, but then you're kind of allowed to go in the bus lane. Low key, that is the best move. I know people are gonna say it's in the bus lane now, but I kind of do that too, because you see how we got ahead? I mean, if there's a bus behind us, we gotta move though. No bus behind us, so we're good. I'm letting it do its thing. And it's got the left turn signal on, even though we're gonna go right on the next block, so. Oh, nope, and why? Oh, now it's going into the left lane. Very interesting, because we're gonna have to get into the right lane. But okay. Let the bus go. Classy move here. We use the bus lane, but then we're feeling guilty. Let the bus go. Honestly, seeming very fair. AI playing very fair here. Here we go, big turn. Go pedestrians. And you know what I'm really close to right now? I'm gonna have to investigate, is the monorail. We're dangerously close to the monorail. Where's the monorail? Gutsy lane change there. And it wants to let this lady go. Interesting. Interesting. Alright, we're gonna do the monorail in another video, but there you go. Pacific Place right there, right at the entrance. Perfect job from the Tesla. Wow. Yeah, I would do the monorail, but we'll do it another time because that requires its own video. So now I'm gonna finish it up with one more little route to Trader Joe's. Shout out. Look at that. Already, that's what I love about Tesla. You switch the navigation at like instant. Here I would probably go and then change lanes. But let's see. Okay, it's kind of gonna do that. Oop, through the yellow. I mean, it really is almost like boringly good. Bus lane again? Nope. Swerving. Now I think you can get, now it's a turn only lane. Now it's going in. Nice. It's perfectly followed the street signage there. Honestly, boringly good. Like, that's where I'm gonna wrap the video. All right, that's a wrap. Version 12.6.3, boringly good on a rainy day here in Seattle. I'll see y'all next time for the next FSD video. Let me know what you think in the comments below. How's your FSD working? But shout out to Tesla and the AI Autopilot team. I'm a believer. Robotaxis are coming, folks. I've retired from driving. Let's go.